Good morning, afternoon, depending on where you are in the country. Just want to introduce myself. My name's Glenn. I live in Oakland. I was born and raised in Mandeville, Louisiana. I'm the middle child of 3 kids. I have 2 siblings who I adore and I love to death. And I support whatever their endeavors are, and they support me. My parents are still living. They're divorced, much like many parents in America. I love them both equally. I have no surviving grandparents. I've gone to at least 8 funerals in the last 6 years, 3 of which were a week apart. I love both my family, both sides of my family. We are joined by grief, pain, joy, happiness. I was an athlete in high school. I was voted most athletic, which I didn't show up for the school picture because I hated pictures at the time. I still do. I also don't like gazpacho. Side note. I was good as an athlete. I was offered a partial scholarship in track at Southeastern Louisiana University, which I turned down. I was good at sports, not because I have an extra muscle in my leg. I worked hard at it. I raced my cousins, my brothers. They pushed me in everything that I did, whether it was athletics or singing. I love to sing. I've always sung my whole life, started in church. My artist name is G. Patrick. Patrick's my middle name. I love playing golf. I love golf. I love basketball. I love golf almost more than I love probably more than I love basketball. I don't understand why, because I'm not as good as I think I should be. And it's frustrating. You golfers understand that. I live in Oakland now, and I love Oakland. I love seafood. I love bacon. Put bacon on anything, I'll eat it. I'm angry sometimes. I'm pissed sometimes. I'm happy sometimes. Sometimes I'm sad. Sometimes I'm frustrated. Sometimes I'm ambivalent to things. But none of these things define me. I'm a nurse. I went to nursing school. No, I didn't get a nursing school from affirmative action. Out of nursing school, I went straight into the ICU. No, I didn't get that ICU job because of affirmative action. I worked hard. I made sure that my hard work ended up with yeses. Now, you're asking me, why am I telling you this? Because I want you to see me as a human being. Maybe we have something in common. Maybe after hearing this, you can see a little bit of yourself in me. So that when I tell you things that happen to me, you feel like it happened to you. When we tell you things that happen to people who look like me, you feel like it happened to people that look like you. I want you to see my humanity, because we as Black people feel like you don't. And I'm not talking about everyone. Someone said a long time ago, a hit dog will holler. And if you understand what I'm saying, then I appreciate that. But if you're hollering, then yes, I'm talking to you. I won't apologize for being angry, because there's valid things for me to be angry about. I don't agree with Republicans. I never have. I think Bush was a decent human being. He cared about this country. He cared about people. President Bone Spurs, or like I like to call him, the coward in chief, especially with this press conference he did today and refused to answer any questions other than bad-mouthing China, which that's a whole nother incident. He doesn't like answering questions. He doesn't take personal responsibility for anything he says or does. Now, let me take a quick minute and use my nursing skills. So we were talking about the young man, Minnesota George, who was killed by this police officer with his knee on his neck. It takes only 4 minutes of restricting oxygen to the brain for brain cells to die, to start dying. 4 minutes. And this isn't counting the decreased circulation to his brain, because in your neck are your jugular arteries, which supply oxygen to the brain. Now, police officers are first responders. They know this. They're trained to resuscitate citizens long enough for EMS to arrive. Now, they had his knee on his neck for 8 minutes and 40 seconds. Twice the time it takes for the brain cells to die from not having enough oxygen. They knew this. And the more you guys excuse poor leadership, the more this poor leadership will trickle down and affect us all. My point of this post is to look at me as a human. Don't define me by what I am and what I do and the emotions that I might display. I'm a human. I want you to see me like you see you. Deuces.